Women deserve a space to feel safe to heal their bodies. I was just reflecting back on my first job out of PT school. I was a new grad, I was moving across the country, and I just had gotten this amazing job at a private practice where I'd be able to start the pelvic floor PT kind of division of this clinic, and I was so excited. And then once I got there and I kind of dived in and I got my feet underneath me after all these new transitions, there was this really interesting kind of culture clash that I started to experience that I think is just so worth talking about. Because my boss at the time was a man who owned the clinic, and he didn't necessarily always facilitate an environment where people felt safe to speak up, to be heard, to kind of have their own views and opinions almost about what was going on. It was kind of that culture of it's my way or the highway, and things are going to get done fast, and this is just how it is. And that's so antithetical to so much of just like pelvic floor PT and women's health in general. Because a lot of times as women, we're just generally dismissed when we go to see any type of healthcare provider. And that leads us to be dealing with a lot of these issues just for years, where people are telling us it's normal and that it's all in our head and that we are just fine, go do this and you'll be fine. And we're not actually seen as having valid complaints when we're going into these places. And that was just something that I am absolutely not willing to kind of like integrate into my practice. And I think it's so important to listen to people and truly hear what they're saying to be able to actually help them get better. And even though my boss wasn't the person who was seeing these women, that environment, that culture kind of just seeps into everything that you're doing. Even if the PTs there, who are like amazing and wonderful, are listening to people, are kind of communicating to people, are kind of trying to make people feel seen, there's still that just like overlying culture of not supporting that. And that mismatch can just create such a weird energy sometimes, especially for the people who are working there. So I just kind of wanted to bring that up because I think it's so important that more and more providers, especially in this women's health space, just are making sure that they're taking the time to hear people, to listen to people, to see people, and kind of from the client aspect of things, knowing that if people who you are seeing, who are making you feel great, kind of are working in an environment that isn't allowing that for them, that they might move, change, go off on their own, and kind of just following and supporting people on that journey. But yeah, that was just kind of top of mind today, so I figured I would share. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Love you.